Greetings, this is July 22nd, mid-afternoon, and I'm just looking at the infrared, a little calmer in many areas. There have been pockets or bubbles where wind movement hasn't been that active. I went and looked at the Sheridan cam on DRIVEBC, and yes, there is rain there. I have photographic evidence. These pictures are from earlier today, but it looks like it turned into quite a nice morning and then a rather stellar day. Here's a screenshot from Windy, and there we can see that pocket of calm in the middle, right around the Flat Lake fire over to the Fraser on the left. The flag at Green Lake says from the west 2 kilometers an hour. The forecast says it's going to be pretty breezy in the afternoons, mainly coming from the southwest. And if we look ahead to Sunday, there's a patch of red there that says winds could shift and start coming from the northwest above 30 kilometers an hour. In fact, there might even be some peaks above 50 kilometers an hour depending on the area that you're in. If we look east of 100 Mile House up around the Decca area, it looks to be 13 kilometers an hour coming mainly from the southwest. But if we jump down to the Lytton area where that fire has moved northeast, it's coming from the southwest at 11 kilometers an hour, likely up on the hill. If we go down to the South Okanagan, they have another one of these calm air troughs. It's moving up and down the valley. We're looking at the Oliver area from the north, 2 kilometers an hour, but outside of this region, it's all coming from the southwest at pretty good gusts, and there is a potential for fires to move up on that eastern hillside where it's going from the southwest at 9 kilometers an hour. If we move up the Okanagan Valley and up towards the Pennask region, the summit at the Okanagan Connector, winds are moving from the west 13 kilometers an hour, and that may as well be the same conditions they're looking at the White Rock Lake fire that's moving slightly eastward, northeastward, but move a few kilometers further up and we reach another one of these pockets of calm around the Kamloops area. A quick scan of northern British Columbia, and we see the winds are a little more intense up there, moving from the west 24 kilometers an hour. This is north of Prince George, and right around the northern Rockies it seems to calm down a little bit. Let's take a quick look at the heat detections now that the VRRS NOAA has come on. I believe the Aqua Modus has come on as well. We're looking at the area southeast of Oliver. This is the southern Okanagan Valley. Oliver is to the top left of the screen. This is imagery from about 12 hours ago. And now we're rolling into the most recent 6 hours. And yes, there is apparently some movement at the top northeast flank of the fire, moving north and eastwards of the Inkaneep area, and we can see diagonal infrastructure lines there, and we can use those as a landmark. It's very subtle movement. Hopefully the winds are subdued in this area and it hasn't caught any of those southwest breezes yet. We're now jumping to an area north. This is the White Rock Lake fire, and we're looking at MODIS and VRRS infrared from earlier in the day, and now we're rolling into the most recent 6 hour. And yes, there are a few spots that have moved northeastwards. We're zooming in, looking about center of the screen to the top of this valley. These are heat detections from earlier in the day, and now the most recent. There's 3 red dots that pop up there. Each one of those is 375 meters. So as a gauge, it's moved, a good part of 750 meters from its last position in a northeastward direction. It looks to be taking off north on the plateau rather than going up the valley. Highway 97 is just north. You can see the marker at the top of the screen, and as well there's Monty Lake up there. So there is a chance that it could catch some speed in this open timber block. We're moving eastwards. This is the Tremont Creek fire. We're east of Ashcroft, east of Cache Creek. Highway 1 is to the north, and earlier today, and now the other systems have come in. And it looks like it is filling up around existing heat detections from earlier in the day. Some of that VWIRS is grouping to the north-south of Wallachine. So there are pockets there that are definitely putting up resistance to wildfire crews. Difficult terrain and moving in varied conditions from open to timber. We'll take a quick look at the fire at Lytton. This has moved east along the Thompson River and now has gone up the hillside in a northeast direction. This was the infrared from 24 hours ago, and here is the most recent update. It's moved quite rapidly, moving perhaps kilometers between satellite updates. We can see those strong winds pushing from the southwest, so if you're north and northeast of this area, and I do see some expansion on the southeastern flank, it's going to be crucial to get the ground reports from BC Wildfire. The description is in the links below, and find out what the access is. Now we're looking at the Flat Lake fire. This is the infrared that was showing early in the morning, VWIRS and MODIS systems. Now we go to the most recent, and very few new hotspots. These are on the southwest flank. A bit of a phenomenon. I heard that there was rain, but now we're looking 6 hours after and not seeing any new hotspots. It may be obscured by smoke and cloud or haze. I've got to wait till the next update. So looking at the map, lots of wind if you're west or north of the Interlakes area, but if you're right down the center of the province, from the Interlakes down to Okanagan Lake area, there are these relative bubbles of calm where there has been some moisture and precipitation. Hopefully some of that smoke and haze has moved out of your area and you get a chance to get outside. This is my neighbor who likes to take his goats and his dog for a walk all at the same time. And it's a comedy show, but I do appreciate his zest for life. His goats do a very good job of cutting back some of the unwanted brush. Others of us may not have that sort of luxury equipment, but anything you can do just to keep down the fire hazard is great. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be checking back for the infrared after midnight and seeing if there was a change from today. And looking back at Flat Lake, I hope they have a great day out there. Be safe and keep your nose to the breeze.